This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine.
When Unc said he want to date younger men, they killed me. What they said, what the women, what? Yeah, what I said, I want to date younger women. What I said? Oh, when I want to date, when I want to date younger women.
The greatest weapon in a celebrity feud isn't a diss track or a verbal attack on live TV. It's a secret file. And not just any file, but one that was allegedly deleted, gone forever. Now imagine the most calculating provocateur in hip-hop history, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, claiming he knows exactly what was on it. He's not just talking. He's weaponizing the silence. We're talking about Shannon Sharpe, an NFL Hall of Famer who built a second empire on his voice, now being backed into a corner by a man who plays for keeps. A scandal that started with a $50 million lawsuit has now been hijacked by 50 Cent, making the whole world ask one terrifying question: what exactly were those DL files?
Here's the final stop of the day. Total wines. See the line started over there. My last stop of the day. We got up early, had a late night. We don't do excuses here. We just get the job done. Because this one we signed up for.
Shannon should just step out with his boyfriend and let people know I'm bisexual, but this is who I'm with. And every now and then I experience my wild side.
You think he's a zest monster?
I definitely think he's bisexual.
To understand why 50 Cent's call-out hits so hard, you have to rewind to the moment Shannon Sharpe's world completely fractured. Because it didn't start with a shady Instagram post. It started with a civil lawsuit. A massive $50 million lawsuit filed in Nevada. The accuser was listed only as Jane Doe, a strategic move to protect her identity. But the allegations, they were explosive, claiming rape, sexual assault, and a pattern of intimidation. She claimed the relationship began in 2023 after they met at a Los Angeles gym, and that their nearly 2-year relationship was anything but consensual towards the end. Now listen to this. Sharpe was on top of the world. He had just inked a massive deal to join ESPN's First Take, becoming a dominant force in sports media. The timing of the lawsuit, filed in late April 2025, didn't just threaten his personal reputation. It threatened to vaporize an entire career built on public trust and straight-shooting takes. But the real fire behind the $50 million bombshell wasn't just the sexual assault claim. It was the chilling inclusion of a certain kind of evidence.
And one little bit of a serious question. Okay. The NFL has been asking some of the candidates about their orientation. Yes. How do you feel about that?
I think it's a good thing. You will find that somebody will come out and say that they're, whatever the situation is. And I think it's a good thing. I think the more you grow as a person, as an individual, you become secure with who you are. And that doesn't matter what orientation is, and I think that's a good thing.
If the shit that he's playing don't work, I'm gonna come up with something.
The core of the legal filing included a staggering, specific accusation that Sharpe had allegedly recorded their sexual encounters without her consent. Think about that for a second. An NFL legend, accused of using his position and influence to not only coerce a relationship, but to also potentially create evidence of it, unbeknownst to his partner. The suit even alleged he shared those recordings with other people. That single detail, the recording, is what gave birth to the internet's obsession with the supposed DL files. They were the hidden, deeply sensitive digital evidence that could change everything. Here's where it gets crazy. Sharpe responded to the allegations by essentially saying, if there are files, release the whole thing. He went public, demanding the full video be released, claiming his accuser's lawyer, Tony Busby, had an edited 30-second clip designed to make him look guilty. Sharpe insisted the entire 10-minute encounter would prove the relationship was consensual, and that he was the victim of a deliberate setup. In one breath, he was denying the allegations, and in the next, he was calling for the world to see the one thing both sides were terrified of exposing.
What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty.
This is the exact moment 50 Cent, the ultimate celebrity antagonist, smells blood in the water. 50 Cent doesn't just participate in controversies, he is the controversy. He runs one of the most powerful, often cruel gossip pages on the internet, and he has zero fear of legal or social repercussions. So when he saw the DL Files drama unfolding, he didn't post a question. He posted a threat. And get this, 50 Cent didn't invent the story. He simply amplified the existing fear around the deleted, rumored files that were already central to the lawsuit. He took the idea of deleted content, the stuff you thought you got rid of, and turned it into a digital shotgun pointed directly at Sharpe. When 50 Cent says he's calling out someone over deleted DL files, he's not just repeating gossip. He's saying, I have the power to bring the things you buried back to life. It's a calculated move that reminds everyone that nothing, especially in the digital age, is ever truly gone. It's a power play that only someone with 50 Cent's reputation for having a bottomless well of dirt on his rivals could pull off. He turned a high-stakes legal battle into a public, terrifying spectacle. But the narrative isn't one-sided, and Shannon Sharpe fought back hard, using the kind of language that immediately set the tone for the legal battle. He didn't just deny the assault claims, he characterized the entire lawsuit as a calculated attempt to extort him. His lawyer, Lanny J. Davis, was crystal clear, posting a statement to Sharpe's X account calling the lawsuit a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Sharpe for millions of dollars. Let that sink in. This wasn't just a denial, it was a full-on counterattack, reframing the accuser as a greedy opportunist rather than a victim. According to Sharpe's legal team, the evidence painted a completely different picture. They argued the relationship was entirely consensual and adult, involving role-playing, sexual language, and fantasy scenarios. They claimed the accuser herself had initiated graphic, sexually explicit text messages. This is the narrative clash that polarized the public. Was Sharpe a predatory sports analyst who secretly recorded his partners? Or was he a high-value target for a massive $50 million blackmail attempt that went sideways? The public struggled to reconcile the smiling, articulate Hall of Famer from ESPN with the explosive allegations laid out in the court documents. In an attempt to further prove his innocence and the consensual nature of the relationship, Sharpe did something many public figures live to regret. He shared receipts. He ended up posting many of the texts he had exchanged with the young woman on his social media. The goal was simple: demonstrate a friendly, explicit, and mutually interested communication pattern. But the consequence? It completely backfired. The problem wasn't what the text said about the relationship's explicit nature. The problem was the massive, undeniable age difference between the 56-year-old sports star and the 20-year-old OnlyFans model he was involved with. When the public saw the content of those text exchanges, allegedly showing the dynamic of the relationship, Sharpe became brutally mocked and trolled. People weren't focused on the legal details anymore. They were focused on the optics, criticizing him for getting involved with a woman who was reportedly younger than his own children. It didn't prove he was innocent, but it confirmed the messy, complicated, and legally precarious nature of the relationship he was trying to defend. His attempt to control the narrative by releasing the texts only gave the internet more fuel to burn. The internet has one rule: anonymity is an illusion. For weeks, the accuser remained Jane Doe, protected by the courts. But celebrity gossip outlets and social media detectives got to work, connecting the dots through screenshots, DMs, and deleted posts that allegedly showed the woman in places resembling Sharpe's home. And that's when the name leaked. Gabriella Zuniga, an OnlyFans model who also went by Gabby or Carly online. The moment Zuniga's rumored identity went viral, the story changed again. She went from an anonymous plaintiff to a named figure whose entire digital footprint was excavated and analyzed. This is the ugly flip side of the internet's involvement. The viral naming added a layer of drama and speculation to an already chaotic case, and it stripped the alleged victim of her legal shield. Her social media accounts were immediately locked or deleted, but the damage was done. The name Gabby Zuniga became irrevocably tied to the explosive sports lawsuit of the year, adding a human yet heavily scrutinized face to the allegations that Sharpe's legal team was fighting so aggressively. The pressure was immense. The lawsuit was active, 50 Cent was trolling daily, and Sharpe was facing public scrutiny over his relationship and the leaked texts. Something had to give. And in July 2025, it did. The lawsuit was dismissed with prejudice, meaning the same claim could not be refiled. Attorney Tony Buzbee announced that all matters have now been addressed satisfactorily, and the matter is closed. The ultimate outcome? A private legal settlement. While the dollar amount wasn't publicly confirmed by the courts, rumors instantly swirled that Sharpe had paid a massive sum, with some speculating it was as high as $20 million to make the problem vanish. Just 2 weeks after the settlement was filed, the other shoe dropped. Despite Sharpe's earlier statement that he would only be temporarily stepping away from his ESPN duties, reports confirmed he would not be returning to the network. The Hall of Famer, one of the biggest names in sports commentary, was out. The lawsuit, even with a private settlement and no criminal charges, had cost him his platform. A private settlement is the perfect fuel for a public scandal because it replaces legal certainty with financial speculation. When you pay a significant amount of money to close a case, it's not an admission of guilt. It's a calculation of risk. It means the cost of fighting the lawsuit in a public court, the further damage to brand, the endless headlines, the potential for an even larger jury verdict, is higher than the cost of just paying to make it all stop. For a celebrity, a settlement is buying silence and buying back control of their public life. But in the age of 50 Cent, silence is impossible to truly purchase. The money may have resolved the civil case, but it didn't resolve the internet's memory. Even after the settlement, 50 Cent was still using the controversy as content, turning the price of Sharpe's piece into his own brand of digital entertainment. The DL files may be legally deleted, settled, and sealed, but 50 Cent's power is that he keeps them alive in the public consciousness, reminding everyone of the scandal that cost Shannon Sharpe a huge part of his professional life. In the end, this entire saga strips celebrity down to its core calculation. Who controls the narrative? Shannon Sharpe tried to control it with denial, then with leaked texts, and finally with a multi-million-dollar settlement. But Curtis, 50 Cent Jackson, the ultimate troll, controlled it simply by pointing a finger and reminding the public what was deleted. He didn't need the actual files. He only needed the fear of them. Sharpe's story is a brutal reminder that in today's media landscape, the past isn't just prelude. It's a weapon, waiting to be pulled from the digital archives by the man who knows how to wield it best. His empire stands, but the question lingers. If you pay millions to bury a secret, how long until a digital provocateur digs it up again? Just for the fun of it. Chew on that.